So as many of you guys know, NBA 2K22 is just around the corner, and so far we haven't gotten any gameplay or any news about the more popular modes, but we have got the most controversial thing every year, the player ratings. So today I'll be talking about them, sharing my opinions and stuff like that. But before you do anything, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and comment what I should talk about next. But anyways, let's get straight into the video. So let's start off with the top 10 players in NBA 2K22. We have a four-way tie for first place with LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Steph Curry. We have a three-way tie for fifth place with Kawhi Leonard, Nikola Jokic, and Joel Embiid. And finally, we have a three-way tie for eighth place with Luka Doncic, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. To be honest, these are pretty accurate, which is surprising, especially with the other ratings they gave. I would have personally given Curry, KD, and Giannis all 97s, but a 96 still works fine. Next, we have the top 5 best rated three-point shooters in the game, with Steph Curry obviously being number 1 with a 99 three-point rating, Klay Thompson at number 2 with a 95 three-point rating, and 3 to 5 are Joe Harris, Seth Curry, and Duncan Robinson with all 90 three-point ratings. This is another spot-on list, but where's Damian Lillard? He's had 10 or more threes in a ton of games and should probably at least deserve a 90 overall three-point rating. And looking at this, I could easily tell that they went strictly off of three-point percentage due to the fact that Joe Harris is ranked as the third best three-point shooter in 2K, and that means 2K views him as the third best shooter in the league. Next, we have the top-rated players with a certain nationality. First, we have the best rated Spanish players in the game. Number 1 is Serge Ibaka with a 79 overall. Number 2 is Ricky Rubio with a 78 overall. Number 3 is Marc Gasol with a 75 overall. Number 4 is Juancho Hernangomez at a 75 overall, which is a little high for me, and Timberwolves fans thinks the same too. Number 5 is Juancho Hernangomez's brother, Willie Hernangomez, with a 75 overall. Number 6 is the first rookie of this list, Usman Garuba, at a 72 overall. And finally, number 7 is Santi Aldama at a 70 overall. These ratings are pretty much perfect, except I think Gasol should be a 76 instead, and Juancho Hernangomez should be lower. Next, we have the best rated French players in the game. Number 1 is Rudy Gobert at an 88 overall, which is hilarious. He should not be an 88 overall. Number 2 is Evan Fournier at a 79 overall. Number 3 is Nicolas Batum at a 77 overall. Number 4 is Theo Maledon at a 74 overall. Number 5 is TLC at a 72 overall. Killian Hayes is number 6 at a 71 overall. And Sekou Doumbouya is a 70 overall. All is good here, except I think Gobert should be an 86 at max, and Theo Maledon should be a 75 or a 76 instead. Next, we have the top-rated German players in the game. Number 1 is Dennis Schroeder at a 79 overall. Number 2 is Daniel Theis at a 76 overall. Number 3 is Maxi Kleber at a 76 overall. Number 4 is the 8th overall pick Franz Wagner at a 74 overall. Number 5 is Isaiah Hartenstein at a 74 overall. And oh, by the way, this is directed to the Raptors front office. Sign Isaiah Hartenstein now. Anyways, number 6 is Mo Wagner at a 74 overall. And finally, number 7 is 2K legend Isaac Bonga at a 70 overall. These are all pretty much spot on. You could argue that maybe Theis should be higher, but these are fine. Next, we have the top-rated ANZ players in the game. Number 1 is Ben Simmons at an 84 overall. Number 2 is Joe Ingles at an 80 overall. Number 3 is Steven Adams at a 79 overall. Number 4 is Patty Mills at a 76 overall. Number 5 is the 6th overall pick Josh Giddey at a 75 overall. Number 6 is Matisse Thybulle at a 75 overall. Number 7 is Raptor legend Aaron Baines at a 74 overall. This is perfect, except Aaron Baines should be a 63 overall, but it's fine. Now let's move on to some rookies, and we'll talk about the top 5 rated rookies in the game. Number 1 is the first overall pick, Cade Cunningham, at an 80 overall. Number 2 is the second overall pick, Jalen Green, at a 79 overall. Number 3 is the third overall pick, Evan Mobley, at a 78 overall. Number 4 is the 5th overall pick, Jalen Suggs, at a 77 overall. And number 5, we have the 4th overall pick, Scotty Barnes, at a 76 overall. This is fine, but I think Scotty and Suggs should be at the same overall, so yeah. So now we move on to the controversial part of this video, where 2K basically just revealed a bunch of random NBA players' ratings, and these are why a lot of people are mad. Also, I want to let you know that some of the 2K screenshots were fake and photoshopped by people online. With that, DeMar DeRozan is not a 90 overall, Jonas Valanciunas is not an 88 overall, Russell Westbrook is not an 85 overall, Kemba Walker is not an 81 overall, Derrick Rose is not a 77 overall, and Mikal Bridges is not an 86 overall. Starting off, we have Zach LaVine at an 87 overall. LaVine should be in the 88 to 90 range in my opinion, but I could live with this. This is pretty much good for me. Domantas Sabonis is an 86 overall, which is a player who pretty much got a spot-on rating. Rui Hachimura is rated a 79 overall, which is cool. Chris Middleton is an 88 overall, which is a little high, but it's fine. Drew Holiday is an 85 overall, which is perfect. LaMelo Ball is an 84 overall, which is also perfect. Jason Tatum is a 90 overall, which is a little low. I personally think he should be a 91, 92. He even said it, but it's pretty fine to me. Zion Williamson is an 89 overall, which is cool. Trae Young is an 89 overall, which is also cool. So far, 2K has been spot on, but this is just beginning of the madness. Ronnie 2K sent out a tweet basically saying that if an NBA player comments, he'll give them their 2K ratings. First, we have Jamal Murray at an 85 overall, which is pretty much spot on, but Jamal Murray thinks different, saying you going the wrong way to Ronnie 2K after. Onyeka Okongwu is a 74 overall, which is fine. I think he should be a 75 overall, so yeah. But Trae Young replied to that with a trash can emoji, so that's funny too. Spencer Dinwiddie received an 82 overall, and Dinwiddie had something to say to that, saying, 20 point per game score, but an ACL injury. I ain't mad, but I gotta do my job. I think this is a pretty accurate rating, but maybe an 83 overall is better, but this is fine. Next, we have Cameron Payne's rating, which is unbelievable. Ronnie2K said that Payne's rating was a 76 overall, which is crazy, especially after the playoffs. His rating went down after playing better than the playoffs and then in the regular season, and they had the urge to downgrade his rating. Even Cameron Payne said, my rating went lower, that's crazy. 2K, what are you doing? Who's making these ratings? This is terrible. Next, we have another bad rating with Kevin Porter Jr. Ronnie2K said KPJ's rating was a 77 overall, which is a little lower than what he should have. I personally think he should be like a 79 to an 80 overall. KPJ was pretty mad after seeing his rating, saying a 77, carry on. You got rookies ranked higher than me? Can you validate that? And which Ronnie2K replied to that saying, love KPJ and I know the sky's the limit, but in this specific case, 1 out of 82 does not make a rating, obviously referring to his 50-point game. And then KPJ replied to that saying, I'm convinced you don't watch games then for this specific statement, but all love for NBA 2K, y'all going to get that one day. Kevin Porter Jr. also said that Ronnie2K, what's my scan coming like? I better be in the 80s. Y'all can't grill me this year. And please, could he have my swag right with the long socks, calf sleeves, and my right arm sleeve? Y'all got me looking like I'm there in LA Fitness, which 2K should fix. And Ronnie2K of course, replied to that saying swagged out but a 77. Did we get this right, or should he be in the 80s like he says? Is it just me, or does this part where he said, or should it be in the 80s like he says? It sounds like Roddy2K thinks that KPJ is lying when he says that. Next, we have Royce O'Neal's rating, which was pretty low in 2K21 at a 73 overall, but now he's a 76 overall, which is fine. I think he should be a 76, 77 overall anyways. Also, a funny thing to mention is that Royce O'Neal and KPJ have a 1 overall difference in ratings, which is pretty dumb. Next, we have Emmanuel Quickley, who was rated a 78 overall, which is pretty fine to me. He didn't do much in the playoffs, so I understand why they downgraded him. Quickley replied to that saying, some work to do, but I'll take it, and I need y'all to fix my player jump shot form too, which is true. As a Knicks fan, I could tell you that his jump shot in 2K is not accurate at all. Next, we have Bradley Beal's rating, which is pretty bad. He was rated an 89 overall, which is pretty low for him, especially when he was second in points averaged in the league with around 30. Personally, I think he should be like a 91 overall, but an 89 is not good. Ronnie2K even asked Beal what he thought on his rating, and Beal replied with a gif of himself crying. Next, we have Karl Anthony Towns, who really gets disrespected every year, always having a lower rating than expected. He was rated an 87 overall, which is really low in my opinion. I think he should be like an 89 to a 90 overall, and even Karl Anthony Towns was skeptical about his rating. Up next, we have Michael Porter Jr., who is rated an 84 overall, which is pretty fine. It could be arguable if he should be higher or not, but I think it's pretty fine to me. Next, we have Nicholas Claxton, who got a 76 overall. That's pretty accurate to me. Actually, you know what? That's spot on for me. And also, Quentin Grimes got his rating at a 71 overall. But that is it for you guys. What do you guys think about these ratings? Comment your thoughts down below. And while you're at it, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.